After months of being on the back foot, Ukraine is on the offensive, and this time inside Russia. The border town of Sudzha, little more than 300 miles from Moscow, has been at the centre of the fighting. This footage appears to show the aftermath of shelling. And the Ukrainian forces are on the ground too, with what Moscow says was up to 1,000 troops backed by armoured vehicles. Some of those, Russia says, have been destroyed, releasing footage to back up that claim. But after 3 days, the incursion's still ongoing and appears to have caught Moscow by surprise.
We don't know if this is a result of Russian complacency or not. The front lines aren't, if you like, uniformly well defended, but there certainly seems to be something here in terms of an improvement in Ukrainian either deception or camouflage or particularly operational security.
This was how Russian state media reported it, focusing on Ukrainian losses and reports from Russia's health ministry that more than 30 civilians have been wounded. No mention of the impact on its own military. Vladimir Putin didn't seem too concerned, but then again, he was told everything was under control.
The units covering the state border, together with border guards and reinforcement units, airstrikes of missile forces and artillery fire, stopped the enemy's advance deep into the territory of the Kursk region.
But the pictures suggest otherwise. This video, which Sky News has geolocated to inside Russia, appears to show a mass surrender by Russian troops. It's thought Ukraine's trying to strengthen its hand ahead of any negotiations. The Kremlin has said repeatedly in recent months that it's ready to start peace talks, but very much on its own terms. It insists that Kyiv must abandon any plans to join NATO and cede the 4 territories in Ukraine that Moscow holds part of in their entirety. But that was before this happened. And should Ukraine continue to hold territory inside Russia, well, that could change any future negotiations quite significantly. On the streets of Moscow, though, there's no sign of any anxiety.
There is such a thing as a fair fight, but Ukraine would never do that. They're great at biting behind your back.
It's difficult to judge without knowing all the information. But anyway, victory will be ours.
But that's what Russia thought when it started this war. Nearly 2.5 years on, the outcome's still far from certain. Ivor Bennett, Sky News in Moscow.